Hey everyone, it's Lydia with Eradicating Self-Doubt, Eradicating Anxiety. So I want to ask you this morning, hold on. If you wake up feeling dread, do you wake up feeling dread? Do you wake up with this unnamed feeling? Do you have this sense in the pit of your stomach that, do you have a tightness? Do you have this unnamed dread that you just can't quite place? You don't really know what's going on, or maybe you actually do have a very good reason for feeling anxious. Maybe you know exactly why you're feeling anxious. Maybe you totally understand your anxiety and you wake up with that same anxiety every morning and you just get tired of it. Do you ever wake up feeling like the anxiety is this blanket that's been thrown over your shoulders and you just can't shake it? You look to your right, you look to your left, you're wondering what's going on, and there's this unnamed generalized anxiety. Sometimes that happens to me where I just wake up and all of a sudden it's this feeling, it's not like, yay, new day. It's, I have this feeling again. What happens when we wake up that way, when we feel that way, when we move through our day with this dread, is that there's an underlying thought, right? There's an underlying thought that we need to work with. There's an underlying thought we need to look at and address. And then we need to take it out. We need to toss it out. We need to throw it away, make it go away, make it disappear. And then we need to take a new thought. Marissa Peer, who is my mentor and trainer and teacher, has been an RTT therapist for over 30 years. I am also an RTT practitioner, and I learned from her. So Google her. She's all over the social media. She's just come out with a great new book called Tell Yourself a Better Lie. I think that's what it's called, right? Tell yourself a better thought. So if you figure out with this, unnamed dread that you've woken up with, that the thought that's driving it, see, that's the tricky part. You need to figure out what the thought is, and that's what RTT does. RTT, and practitioners like me can help people like you figure out what the thought is, because something is driving that dread. And it's either a thought or it's an experience, but it's somewhere in your body. And we can locate it with RTT. Anyway, you've got to find it. You have to identify it. And then you have to change it either to an amazing thought. But if that's too much of a reach, if it feels like a total lie, just tell yourself a little bit of a better lie. So if you wake up feeling like, I just can't do it today, I don't know what I'm doing at work, I'm just a total failure. The better lie, because that's a lie, right? None of us are total failures. We can all do something well. We all have our gifts and we all have our strengths. We just need to figure out what they are. I mean, so on the one hand, you might be in the wrong job, right? If you're feeling like you're a total failure and you're maybe a square peg that's being fit into a round hole, and it's just not the right fit, right? It could be that. Could be that was the only job that was available. So you're trying to make the best of it. You're trying to do the best you can with what you've got. I totally understand that scenario. Anyway, so instead of saying you're a total failure, you can say, I'm doing the best I can. And if you don't feel like that's working, then you can say to yourself, I'm doing the best I can for this moment. Why don't you stick for this moment? You can say, I'm doing the best I can for the next hour. Just going to stick with this next hour. I'm doing the best I can. And pull it way in instead of like looking at the whole day and saying like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this day. I feel so upset. I feel so anxious. I feel so jittery. I feel so nervous. I don't know what I'm doing. Just bring your attention in a little bit closer, right? Make that box around you much smaller and just pull it in and say, okay, take a deep breath, right? Because you have some skills. Take a deep breath in, pause for a moment, breathe out, and then say, all right, I'm just going to focus for the next hour. I'm going to do the best I can. Or for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to do the best I can. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving it my all. I'm giving it my best. And see what happens with that. So I am an RTT practitioner, in the tradition of Marissa Peer, who is a renowned hypnotherapist. She's a speaker and a writer. She's just come out with this new book. I'll give her a little plug. It's called Tell Yourself a Better Lie by Marissa Peer, Peer. And I highly recommend it. She's written another book called I Am Enough. I just saw today on Facebook, there was you know how they sell you stuff on your page, and they fit these, there are these ads that are fit in amongst the feed, the news feed. There was a t-shirt that says, you know, I am enough on it. A great bunch of like clothes that have mental health statements that are all meant to, you know, boost us and encourage us and support us, right? Those of us who struggle with anxiety, those of us who struggle with feeling like we're enough, those of us who struggle with self-doubts. Anyway, so I have a program. I have a program just for you. It's specifically for women over 50 who are struggling with anxiety and self-doubt, but I can help almost anyone with almost any issue because of the method. Marissa talks about this method as being rapid. What does rapid mean? Rapid means it happens really quickly. So the example that she gives is, let's say you show up at the doctor's office and you've really hurt your upper arm, right? You've hurt your upper arm and it's really painful. It's really painful to move. You tell the physician that you've got this problem. And the physician says, oh, I understand. I see that it's painful for you. Why don't we come back next week? We'll make another appointment and we'll just see if you're any better. I'll give you some tablets. We'll just see if you're any better next week. So you have to go through the whole week with this arm that is sore, with this arm that's painful. The tablets may help, but they're not really solving the problem. You come back next week and it's like, I understand. Well, you know, how much can you move it? And, you know, but you're not really getting to the root cause of this problem. He's not giving you a splint. He's not giving you a bunch of things. He's not giving you a bunch of remedies. The pain's not going away. He says, I'll come back next week. We'll see how the progress is. No. If we have a problem, if we are feeling pain, we need to solve that problem right away. That's what Western medicine is good for, acute care, right? Western medicine can help us in the moment. They give us pain meds. They solve that problem initially. But then we really do want to get to the root cause. And that's where RTT comes in. RTT stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy. So it is rapid. It's not like, oh, okay, you'll be better in with that arm in 6 months. No. In a matter of weeks, you are starting to feel better about yourself. So it takes the brain 21 days to adopt a new thought. So in my program, we work together, you and I. It's one-to-one. It's personalized. It's just for you. You have my attention for an hour and a half to 2 hours. We do some work together. We find the root cause of whatever is bothering you. So in this case, it would be anxiety, nervousness, jitters, anxiety, feeling anxious, self-doubts. And we try to get to the root cause, right? And then I make a recording for you that's personalized just for you. You listen to that recording for 21 days, which is the time it takes for the brain to adopt a new thought. So we do some work together that is powerful, transformative work. Then you go home and every night or, once or twice a day, you listen to this recording and you've got to do your part. You've got to do the homework. You have to have some skin in the game. You have to have a lot of the skin in the game. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And then we come together again after 3 weeks have gone by, and we get together for another session. And all the while, you have access to me through texting if you need to. And we also have a Facebook group for you so that you can address your concerns there and share your accomplishments and share your insights, share what's going well. So I'd invite you to join my program. I'm really excited about it. You know why? I'm excited about it because we get to the root cause. We get to the root cause. We're not just going week after week talking about our problems, right? Without getting to the root cause. That's what's really important here. And then you're changing behavior. A thought leads to a feeling, leads to an action, leads to a better life. So if you have a thought which is, I'm so anxious at work, I just don't think I can do a good job, then the feeling is like, I don't think I can do a good job. The feeling is, I am so anxious. I am not good enough. I can't do this work. I feel bad about myself, right? I'm feeling badly. And then that leads to actions that are less than optimal, right? You don't feel good about what you're doing at work. And then that leads to a life, right? If you put all those actions together, one action after another kind of combines to be your life, the life that you're living. And we only have one life. There is no dress rehearsal. So why not go back to the thought, change that thought, figure out what it is, and make it a better thought, right? Make it a thought like, I am enough and I'm doing the best I can. I am enough and I always was. But somewhere along the way, you picked up a belief that maybe it was your dad, or maybe it was a neighbor, or maybe you yourself just made this conclusion based on what was going on around you when you were somewhat younger, right? I'm not enough. And then you show up with this anxiety, this dread that you can't name. This dread you can't name, you just don't know where it's coming from, but it's just like a cellular feeling, or it's in the pit of your stomach. And then your actions follow. So if we have great thoughts, then the feelings are great. What about like, I'm an amazing person? Then you feel good about yourself. I'm an amazing person and I feel great today, and the sun is out and I'm so grateful for this moment and for this day. And then your actions are going to be positive actions. You're going to feel better about what you're doing at work. You're not going to have these self-doubts. The anxiety isn't going to be there because you fixed the thought way back here. And then those actions pile one on top of the next, and you have a better life, or you even have a great life. So I encourage you to check it out. Check out Rapid Transformational Therapy. It's fast, it's effective. I want to help you because I want to help people one after the other so that we can change the world. Happier people create better actions, and then we can all have better lives. I'd love for you to ask questions, reach out. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.